July 8, 2025. The Brooklyn Nets and the Denver Nuggets are doing a deal. The Nets get Michael Porter Jr. Nuggets get Cam Johnson and a 2032 first-round pick. Michael Porter Jr. is a solid player, the third option of the Denver Nuggets. He was instrumental to the title run in 2023. However, his inconsistency, his shot selection, and refusal to pass the ball had made him less attractive overall. Despite that, he's still a very good player. Many teams would still want him. The Nuggets got a valuable player in Cam Johnson, a player that has already made the NBA Finals as a Phoenix Sun, a player that is just as good as MPJ, at least in theory. But here's the thing, he is far more consistent than MPJ ever was, so the Nuggets also benefit from this trade. Everyone thought this was a win-win. Fast forward to today. So far, the trade doesn't look as win-win anymore. Statistically, MPJ is playing the ball of his life. 26 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, and 50% shooting. He even passes the ball at least 3 times a game now. He has finally shown to everyone how truly talented he is. I have always believed in the man's talent. I do not say he's in the wrong position as a third man in the Nuggets, however he's just too inconsistent for that. When he gets hot, he gets really hot, like 30 points per game hot. But when he gets cold, it feels like a 4v5. A guy like him is what the Nets really need. He might not show up every game, but when he shows up, he plays winning basketball. Of course, there's one caveat to all of that. Winning basketball, despite the all-star level play, the Nets are still struggling. As of recording this video, they're the third last in the Eastern Conference, with a record of 6-18. The team around him is just awful. You got Cam Thomas who barely plays, Nick Claxton who isn't good enough in my opinion, and a bunch of barely NBA talents. Still, it is impressive that MPJ finally has a home in the NBA, and he is surprisingly consistent as a net too. Of his 19 games as a net, only 5 has less than 20 points. Games with less than 10 points, MPJ Classic and Denver, nothing. Not a single game less than 10 points so far. The fact that he's even on that streak is crazy. What about the Nuggets side of the story? Cam Johnson isn't that good statistically. For a guy traded into the team for being more consistent than MPJ, he sure isn't that consistent. I honestly forget sometimes that this guy is even on the team. But at least while he isn't that good, he isn't as good as he was in Brooklyn and Phoenix, him not performing well is not detrimental to the team, unlike that other guy. Look at the Nuggets record, they are winning. Have I told you that the Denver Nuggets are the second seed in the West with 18 wins and 6 losses? Ironic that their record mirrors that of the Nets even though the Nets definitely won the trade. That is because while I am disappointed of Cam, I do appreciate him when he does appear. He doesn't force up bad shots like MPJ does, and he plays with the flow of the offense. He shoots 38% from 3. For what he needs to do on the team, which is to be a spot-up shooter and be a decent defender, he's good enough to do that. Well, on the defense part, though, he has not been the defender I expected. He actually has one of the worst defensive ratings in the entire team. But those things I think he can improve on once everyone is on the team. Aaron Gordon, my GOAT, is still out with an injury sadly, and Christian Brown is also out with a lot of injuries. Once Cam Johnson is a part of a fully healthy team, a lot of the weaknesses he has right now will be masked. Plus, while he isn't what I hope, he's still a contributing player. So in my opinion, despite what I said about Cam Johnson, this deal is still a win-win. It's just one of the parties won the bigger prize. Okay, guys, see you next week.